Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Åsil, and today I wanted to do my yearly makeup inventory, declutter, and organizing video. And what you're looking at now is pretty much all of my makeup. I do have this Alex drawer on the side there. It used to be packed with makeup. In 2016-17, I was obsessed with collecting every color and brand of makeup, heavily influenced by big YouTubers with huge collections. And over the years, my mindset has changed, and now I have a much healthier relationship with makeup and consumerism. I'm mostly happy with my collection, even though it still needs a bit of decluttering now and then. This year has been unusual. I bought a car I had been saving for and tried to limit other spending, but after dealing with repeated eye issues, I had to throw out a lot of my makeup, especially eyeshadow palettes and eye makeup. Most of what I own now is either new or repurchased favorites. My collection is much more condensed, and I truly enjoy what I have. That was always the goal of doing Project Pan, and I'm finally close to my ideal collection. And well, I'll probably still do small projects because I really love seeing the progress. So enough of my rambling. I'm just gonna get to the declutter. We're gonna go through each category, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about each product, if it's cruelty-free or not, because that's kind of important to me, and also compare a little bit to previous years, and then organize it all in the end. Alright, we are starting out with primers. I combined the two categories, eyeshadow primer and face primers. I have two face primers, the NYX Plump Right Back and e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is brand new. I'm almost done with this one. And then number 7, Stay Perfect Eyeshadow Primer. This is the only eyeshadow primer I have right now. I'm not huge into face primers, so I'm glad I don't have more than this actually. I'm keeping all 3 of these. Number 7 used to be cruelty-free, and the brand itself is still cruelty-free, but the parent company is not, so I don't see myself purchasing more products from number 7, unfortunately, because I really like them as a brand. This primer is just okay. It's good. It does what it's supposed to do, but it's definitely not my favorite primer. I guess mainly it's because it doesn't really cover anything. I prefer eyeshadow primers that evens out the skin tone just a little bit. Doesn't have to be like a complete coverage, but just a little bit. This I can't say much about. I haven't tried it out yet, but this I'm almost done with. It's a little bit of a sticky, grippy face primer. It's good. I like more of a hydrating, smoothing sort of primers, so that's what I prefer, but both of these are more gripping, so it's okay. I am almost done with this one. It's not, NYX is not cruelty-free either, so e.l.f. is the only cruelty-free out of these ones. In 2014, I had 5 eyeshadow primers and face primers combined, and last year I also had 5, so this is a good improvement. Next we have my foundations. I have 2 brand new foundations for the year. I'm really happy about that. One for the winter time and one for the summertime. This is the Kaya Front Row Airbrush Foundation with Sika and Ashwagandha. This is in the shade 2W. And then we have the CC cream from Lumine. This is a Finnish brand and this is a Swedish brand, both cruelty-free. This is in shade 175. This is vegan and with an SPF of 20. I really enjoy both of these. They're both like lightweight, a little bit buildable foundations. Great for normal to dry skin, which is what I have. And yeah, I'm keeping both of these. In 2014, I had 9 foundations. Last year, I had 2. Both of these are cruelty-free. Next, we have concealers, and this has been a problem area for me this year because
Concealer is something you apply very close to your eyes, so I had to get rid of some concealers, and then I repurchased, and then I had to get rid of it again, and I repurchased, and yeah, that's what's been going on. And so I have, let's see, all of these are brand new. I got all of these this year. I have 2 correctors and then 1 powder concealer, and the rest are regular concealers. Okay, so let's start with the correctors. I have the Catrice Under Eye Brightener Instant Awake in number 010 Light Rose. I did really want the corrector from Charlotte Tilbury because that's my favorite, but when it was time to purchase a corrector earlier this year, I had already spent so much money on other makeup, so I ended up purchasing a more affordable one that I had heard really good things about. And as you can see, I've used this quite a bit. I really enjoy this corrector. It's not as good as the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I think it is really good. I don't have many complaints, really. I guess maybe the undertone is a little bit more perfect with the Charlotte Tilbury one. And then this is even more like dewy and lightweight. While the Charlotte Tilbury one is still dewy, it's very easy to blend on the skin, but it kind of mattifies as it settles, sort of, but in a good way. While this is, it remains pretty dewy, but also kind of in a good way. It depends on your skin type. I have normal to dry, sometimes very dry under eyes, and the rest of my face is pretty dry. So, but it also doesn't have maybe as much coverage as I would like to, but still a very good corrector. I ended up getting this, I believe it was when I purchased the foundation. I'm not sure anymore because this is the same brand as the foundation. Same with this one. This is from the Front Row series as well as the foundation. This is a Swedish brand. This is called Wake Me Up Cream in light to medium. I don't know why I'm keeping all of the packaging. It's just a thing that I do. I tend to keep things in the packaging, especially nowadays that I'm so concerned about bacteria, maybe things like mixing together. I guess that's why I do it. Anyways, I've only tried this like once, and then I thought maybe I should just focus on this one before I get into this one. But my first impression was good. So I'm just gonna wait on this and try to use up this one first, I guess. But I'm keeping both. Then we have the Lily Lolo Mineral Concealer in Barely Beige. I almost thought I was gonna have to declutter this because way back I had it when it was like 2021 or so, and I absolutely loved this concealer. It was my favorite concealer for a while. But then now that I purchased it, my skin type has changed. I have more mature skin now, and this was just not the concealer for me. Plus, on its own, it is very pigmented and like extremely pigmented. So if you want super, super high coverage, this is the concealer for you, but it wasn't for me. It looked very unnatural when I have, I prefer a natural, lightweight, light coverage foundation, and then putting this on top, it looked very weird. So what I did end up doing is I mix a little bit of this in with my powder, and then I go on top of any spots or hyperpigmentation, anything like that. And it works really nice for that. I don't apply it underneath my eyes anymore, which I did do when I was like 20, 21. Worked great, but with my more 40-year-olds, almost 40-year-old skin, it doesn't work quite as good anymore. So I made it work by combining it with my powder, and that's why I'm going to keep it. Then as for the rest of my concealers, I feel like I need to get rid of this one. This is the Revolution Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Concealer in Light. I love this concealer so much, and I did get to use it quite a bit before I got another eye infection. So I don't want to take any chances. I need to get rid of it. Unfortunately, I was trying to repurchase this again. This is probably my second or third, but it seems to be discontinued. I can't find it anywhere. So I'm really sad about that because this was a really nice under eye concealer. Pretty light coverage, but it still looked really nice and natural. And it didn't crease very much, so really enjoyed it, but I have to say goodbye to this one. This is brand new, so I don't have much to say about this. This is the Milk Makeup Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer in 4N. This was an impulse purchase for sure, but I have heard good things about it, so it might be good. Let me know if any of you guys have tried this. But for now, I'm going to leave it unopened. I was contemplating a little bit whether or not to repurchase the Natasha Denona concealer because I had that earlier this year. I really enjoyed it, but it is quite expensive, and I do find that this concealer is very similar and a lot more affordable. So I ended up purchasing the Catrice True Skin High Coverage Concealer in Warm Macadamia 005. This is nice to use as a face concealer. I really enjoy it for that. So I am keeping it. And then as for this one, this is the Art Deco Perfect Taint Concealer. Light Reflecting Cream Corrector in Light Peach, number 5. This, I think I'm getting close to finishing this. I'm not sure, but I've used it a lot since I got it, and it doesn't contain too much product, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll put it in a project pan or something. I try to use it every single day underneath my eyes, and it's really nice for that, but I just don't feel like it gives enough coverage. So I tend to use a little bit of this one on top. This is really nice for the under eyes. A little bit too light for me in the face. I use it around my nose, but I feel like it works best underneath the eyes. This is the, maybe that's why I'm keeping the packaging, because it really doesn't say much on the actual container, or the writing is super small. So, okay, Front Row Luminous Glow Concealer with Hyaluronic Acid, which I have to be kind of careful about. I am sensitive to hyaluronic acid, and the shade is 2C. I'm keeping all of these, which means I had 8 correctors and concealers in 2014. I had 3 last year, and now I have 7. So that's a lot. I would prefer to just have 3. 1 corrector, 1 face concealer, and 1 under eye concealer. But I will excuse myself. Concealer is important to me, to find a good one, and I had to repurchase over and over again this year. So it is what it is, but Milk is cruelty-free. Catrice, Lily Lolo, this is also Catrice, right? Yes, and Kaya. It's all cruelty-free. I believe Art Deco, unfortunately, is not cruelty-free. Next, we have my blushes, and this is the category I have a little bit more products in. I really enjoy blushes. I love trying out new blushes, and I have a few new blushes here since my last year's makeup declutter. We have my Milani Luminoso blush, which is one of my favorites. I'm trying to hit pan on this. This is the Milani Romantic Rose blush that is probably my least favorite, but it is growing on me. We have Essence the Blush in Believing. This is probably the most pigmented powder blush I have. These two are my most pigmented blushes overall, so you really have to be careful with these ones. This is the e.l.f. Camo blush in Dusty Rosé, and this is Hope from Rare Beauty. Then we have the Matte Beauty blush one from Charlotte Tilbury in Pillow Talk. One of my favorite blushes. I am getting close to finishing this one. We have Makeup Mecca mineral blush in Lucky, and then a blush from number 7 called Damson Mist. And then we have NARS Air Matte Blush in Freedom. This is getting really old. It really is. And even though I love this blush, it's just such a beautiful blush. This was a hand-me-down and it was already getting old when I got it. I've had it for a long time now. This one hurts to get rid of, but I think it is time. Then we have 2 Milk blushes. This is the Milk Makeup and Work Lip and Cheek Tint is what it's called. And this is the cooling water jelly tint from Milk in Splash. This I got as a gift with purchase when I got the concealer from Milk. So this I've only had for, I don't know, like a month or so. And I've only tried this blush 3 times. I've tried to apply it in different ways because this is close to impossible to work with, if you ask me. It is, I don't know where to swatch this because it stains, but it is a pretty blush, but like it stains instantly and it is almost impossible to blend out. I've tried just applying it straight onto the face and then either blending it out with my fingers or with a brush. It doesn't really work unless you have applied a lot of hydrating products. Like I do moisturizer, then foundation, and then super quickly, right after applying foundation, I apply this one and blend it out super quickly with a brush is what I find is the best, like a pretty dense brush. That's the best way to apply it. I tried applying it with a little bit on my fingers and then like dabbing it on. It works terrible. I don't like how I have to work so much to make this work. And it's just a stressful time in my makeup application. And I do my makeup as sort of a meditative activity in the morning, and this is just not, it's not the right product for me. I am going to give this to my daughter. She's going to be ecstatic because this is a very like trendy, popular product on YouTube, I think. I've seen a lot of people rave about this product, and it's like a cool, trendy, innovative thing. But it's just not for me, so I'm gonna declutter this one. But the other Milk blush I really enjoy, so this is definitely a keep. So in 2014, I had 30 single blushes in one palette. I believe it was 6 in that palette. So quite a lot of blushes. And then last year I had 10, and now I have 9. All of these blushes are cruelty free except from now number 7, unfortunately. Next we have bronzers, and I'm left with only 2 bronzers now. I did pretty well working on a few bronzers this year, but I also had to declutter a few. And so yeah, I'm left with one cream bronzer that is unfortunately not cruelty free. It's from Chanel. This is the La Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream in Soleil Tan Bronze. I really enjoy this one. This is what I'm using at the moment, and I've hit pan on it actually, but it wasn't that hard when I started to scrape product out with this spatula of mine. But yeah, I am really enjoying this. This is getting up there in age, so I need to focus on this a little bit more because I think I have to get rid of it next year. Then we have Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer in the Sun. I haven't used this in quite a while, but from what I remember, I really did like it. And unfortunately, from what I heard, they did reformulate this product or something like that. So people are not happy with the new version of this bronzer. So I don't think this is gonna be a repurchase because of that. But if they kept it this way, I would have repurchased. This is a beautiful bronzer for fair skin, so I really enjoy it. This is cruelty free, but I'm keeping both of these. In 2014, I had 3 bronzers in one palette of, I believe it was 6 bronzers in that palette. And then last year I had 5 bronzers, and this year I have 2, and only one is cruelty free. For highlighters, I only have 2. I'm very happy with that. More a warm toned highlighter and a more cool toned one. This was the only one I used this year, so I had to scrape off a little bit and disinfect it because I was so scared of any bacteria getting in there. But this is from Milani. It has the longest name. It's called #1 Afterglow Luminescence Nocturne Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder. Yeah. And then we have Moonstone from Becca. This used to be cruelty free, I believe, when I purchased it, but then Becca was bought up of Smashbox, so it's not cruelty free anymore. But I really enjoy both of these highlighters. I have hit pan on Moonstone, and I will keep both of these. Last year, let's see, I had 2 highlighters last year. I had 4 highlighters in 2014, and only one of these are cruelty free. Next, we have powders. I have 1 pressed powder and 1 loose powder. This is new for this year from W7. It's called Pink Blur. Yes, Pink Blur Loose Powder. Then we have from Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish in #1 Fair. I have hit pan on this, then I had to scrape off some products again and sanitize this, but I enjoy both of these powders, and yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by this one too. I really like both of these, and they're both cruelty free. In 2014, I had 3 powders. Last year I had 2, and now I still have 2, and both are cruelty free. Alright, next are my mascaras. I have a bunch of mascaras. These 4 are all unopened. I like to have some backups. So we have e.l.f. Lash Extender Mascara in brown. Lash Without Limits from Essence in brown. I do prefer brown mascaras these days. We have Wrap Lash Mega Extension and Volume Tubing Mascara from Revolution. And another one from Revolution is the 5D Lash Pow Extreme Volume Mascara. This one's in super black. This one is in brown. So these are all unopened. Then we have, okay, let's see. So this is one that I'm using at the moment. This is from MAC, the Extended Play Giga Black Lash in black. The thing about how I've been applying mascara these past few months, or almost the entire year, I would say, I apply them with a separate disposable mascara wand. And so I take out the mascara wand, I dip in the disposable one, and that's what I use, and that keeps it a lot more hygienic. So I did that with this one for a good while, and then it started to be a lot more challenging to get any product out. It felt like it was drying up a little bit, so I thought, okay, I'll just use this for a few days and then throw it out just with the original mascara wand. But what's different about this packaging compared to other mascaras is that you've got the stopper on the outside right here, which is normal for all mascaras to have this stopper to control the amount of product that comes out. But in this mascara, there's another stopper about here, like around here. I would say there's another stopper. That means that there's a lot less product on the wand, but there's also a problem getting enough product out when you use a disposable wand. So now that I've started using the original wand, there's really not a problem. A good amount of product comes out, but when I use the disposable wand, it was a lot harder. So this has lasted me for like more than a week now, probably almost 2 weeks since I stopped using the disposable wands. So I'm gonna have to throw this out soon because I am scared of building bacteria in my mascaras because now I have super sensitive eyes. And so yeah, I'm just gonna have to be really careful with that. But that's something to, I don't know, I guess be aware of when before you purchase this one. Also, it's not a cruelty-free brand. MAC is not a cruelty-free brand, so I won't repurchase this one. But other than that, I think this is a really good mascara. I enjoy it. I remember hearing about this mascara being used on the lower lash line. That really people, that's what people used it for and loved it for. And I think it's good for that, mainly because I don't have that much product on the actual wand. But other than that, it's not, there's nothing super unique about this mascara in itself, but I guess more of the packaging is a little bit interesting. Then we have this one. I opened this maybe like 2 weeks ago just to try it out because I am close to using this one up, and I just want to wait a little bit, making sure that the formula dries up a little bit before I continue to use it. This is the ColourPop BFF Volumizing Mascara in Brownie Points, and yeah, it's a really nice mascara. I liked it, but the mascara one is a lot bigger and clumpier than what I was used to from MAC, so yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's an amazing mascara, but it's just fine. Then we have these ones that I'm going to let go of. Okay, so we have, this is all empty. This is just mascara primer or lash primer from Dior, the Dior Show Maximizer 4D. So this, again, I used with a disposable wand at first, and now this last week I've used it on its own, and it is very much empty now. It was really nice, by the way. I did like it. Not amazing. I have tried other mascara primers or lash primers that I thought was better, but I still enjoy this one. This one I'm just gonna declutter because this one's from Essence All Eyes on Me Waterproof Multi-Effect Mascara in black. Yeah, I thought it was a good idea to purchase a waterproof mascara because I now have very dry eyes, and I do use eye drops. Not so much anymore. Things have improved, I will say that, but especially this spring and summer I was using eye drops constantly throughout the day, and I needed the mascara to stay on and not smudge as I applied those eye drops, so I thought it was smart of me to use a waterproof one. But really what I've come to learn is that using a waterproof mascara just irritates the eye even more. It is a lot more stronger or more irritating to the eye, and it's so much harder to take off. So it just, all in all, irritates the eye so much more. And my eye doctor said that, told me not to use waterproof mascara, so I'm not going to do that anymore. So this is, I used it only like maybe a week or so, and I have to declutter it. So that's unfortunate, but this is the mascara I would recommend for all people with very sensitive eyes, with dry eyes. This is amazing, and I'm really sad to say that it's not cruelty-free because this is from Clinique, which is not a cruelty-free brand. This is the High Impact Mascara in the color black. I think you can get this in brown too. And I do think that this is one of the few non-cruelty-free products that I will repurchase because this was a lifesaver when I was at my worst with my eyes. I had no problems using this mascara, and I really did enjoy it. It wasn't like, it didn't give me like spectacular lashes, but it really did its job as, you know, it didn't smudge, it didn't flake, it gave some color to my lashes, and it was just a very natural looking mascara. So yeah, really enjoyed this one, and I used it all the way up, so that's why It's not really a declutter, it's an empty. This Bare Minerals mascara I thought would be a good mascara to use for sensitive eyes. It does say that it's serum infused mascara, so it contained a red clover peptide serum that would help maximize natural lash growth. It is vegan, gluten-free, and tree nut free, and safe for contact lens wearers. And so I thought this would be great for sensitive eyes. I have really enjoyed products from Bare Minerals in the past. I got to really know that brand very well when I worked as a makeup artist, and yeah, it's a good brand, but this just was not it. Interesting wand, by the way. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of like a flat paddle brush. It flaked, it smudged. I look like a panda around the eyes. It was not a good look. I did not enjoy this mascara. I don't really remember it irritating my eyes in particular, but it didn't work. It didn't look good. So I used this for maybe like 3 weeks or so, and then I gave up on it. So will not recommend. And Bare Minerals is unfortunately not a cruelty-free brand either. So I'm decluttering this one, which leaves me with 5 mascaras. This is a good amount. I do like to have some backups of mascaras. So I normally have one open and then 2 to 3 backups. So I guess 3, 4 mascaras in total are what I would ideally go for. But having 6 is just fine. In 2014, I had 6 mascaras, and last year I had 8. e.l.f. is cruelty-free, Essence and Revolution and ColourPop is cruelty-free, and then MAC is the only brand that isn't cruelty-free here. Next we have eyeliners, and this is also a weak spot of mine. I do love eyeliners, and I did have to get rid of most of my eyeliners earlier this year because I had used them so close to my eyes. But I did manage to either repurchase some of my favorites or try to find dupes for some of my favorites. I repurchased my all-time favorite eyeliner. I do think this is discontinued now. I think I got this on sale, so, or clearance, or I don't remember. The Makeup Store Gold Digger eyeliner. This is a beautiful gold metallic eyeliner. So I've had this I think twice before. I am keeping this for sure. I'm so glad I was able to get it again. This is a dupe for this lavender purpley shade that I had from Linda Hallberg. That was like one of my favorite eyeliners from Linda Hallberg. I purchased 2 sets from that brand a while back, and I've gotten rid of most of them, mainly because I think they were expired and super dry when I purchased them. But I did find this Gosh matte eyeliner in Dusty Violet that I think was a great dupe color-wise. Formula-wise, not so much. The quality is just not that great with this one. It is kind of patchy, and the color doesn't stay on very long. So even though I really hit the spot with the shade, this is just not the best. But I will keep it because I still love the shade. I try to make it work, and so yeah, we're keeping that one. I think I only have one eyeliner from Linda Hallberg now, which is crazy. I think I had like 16 or so. But this is a repurchase. This is a beautiful taupey eyeliner called Grace, I believe, and it is beautiful. So nice. Then I believe I only have one black eyeliner now. This is from number 7, and this isn't new this year, but I didn't really use it previously this year, so I'm not afraid of this being contaminated. This is the Stay Perfect eye pencil in, I don't know what the shade name is here, but it says that it's waterproof and suitable for sensitive skin. I like to have a black eyeliner in my collection. I also like to have a brown eyeliner in my collection, and I did keep the MAC Teddy, which is a beautiful brown pretty intense, warm eyeliner. But I am just so scared that I used it and don't remember that I used it while I had my eye infection. So I'm just gonna have to get rid of this one. I'm really sad about that. I also have to get rid of this one because it's the same thing. I'm just not sure if I used it or not. But this is probably, these two are my like top favorite eyeliners. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner. This is more of a almost like burgundy brown. It is so beautiful and I will repurchase in the future. So now I'm like all out of brown eyeliner, but I'm gonna have to let this one go. So sad about that one. This is also one that I kept. So this isn't brand new. This is also not brand new, but I didn't use any of these earlier this year. This is the Beauty Act Multi-Skilled Liner in Bare Nude. It's just a white eyeliner. And this is from ColourPop, the Cream BFF Cream Gel Liner in Crystal Crush. Really nice to use in the summertime. And then I did repurchase one of my favorite eyeliners to put on the waterline. This is from Isadora, the Inliner Kajal in Blonde. This was like one of my top go-tos. Whenever I used makeup, I would apply this. But I have since learned that the absolute worst thing you can do when it comes to makeup on your eyes is apply any sort of makeup on your waterline, either upper or lower waterline. It's just really, really bad for your eye health, and I wasn't quite aware of that. So, I mean, I knew you're not supposed to do that, but I've done it since I started doing my makeup pretty much, which is now, I don't know, 20 years or so. So I regret purchasing this. I haven't even opened it, so I'm just going to give it away to someone who doesn't care. So yeah, I'm sad about that, but I don't want to risk it destroying my eyes even more than I have. I don't have any liquid eyeliners anymore. I used to have a lot of them. That used to be a staple within my collection in my 20s, but I don't know. I just do use my eyeshadow to make a wing liner if I want one. So I'm down to 6 eyeliners now. I will miss having a brown eyeliner in my collection, so I'm gonna look out for that and probably also repurchase the Charlotte Tilbury one at one point. But I'm happy with that. I had 29 eyeliners in 2014. I had 18 last year, and now I'm down to 6. All of these are cruelty free except from the number 7 one. Next we have brows. I did a comparison video with a bunch of cruelty free brow pencils earlier this year, and so I'm left with 3 pencils. This is the one that I'm using at the moment, and I actually really enjoy it. The e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. In what shade is it? Doesn't say. That bugs me so much that they can't write the shade name on the packaging. But hold on. Of course I kept the packaging, which is so typically me. Okay, let's see. This is taupe. All right, taupe. So yeah, I'm surprised that this has lasted me for this long because I have used it for months now. It is a little bit on the verge of being too dry for me, but I guess that's what you have to deal with if you're gonna have a micro pencil that lasts for this long. So maybe this is gonna be a repurchase actually. And then I have the Revolution brow pencil in light brown. We have the spoolie on one side and the product on the other. This is also a really nice brow pencil. Just check out my video if you want more information on these brow pencils. But there is quite a bit left of this one too. And this is more of a triangular shaped one. It keeps breaking on me, but it still works. So this is in light brown. And I do enjoy this one too, but I do prefer a micro pencil over this. And then I have the Makeup Mecca all-in-one eyebrow palette. This is what that one looks like. I don't use these two products, only the top powders, and I've hit pan on both of these. Although the packaging is broken, I really enjoy it. So this is gonna last me for years, I think. And then my all-time favorite brow pomade or brow gel is the e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Gel in the shade Neutral Brown. This is actually, I just used this up recently, and so this is an empty now. I'm going to get rid of this. And I have a new one ready to be opened and used. And I think I'm going to have to purchase a few new backups of this one because I tend to use these up within, I don't know, it takes me about 6 to 8, 9 months to use up one of these. So it's always nice to have a backup. But yeah, so I have 5 products. Last year I had 4, and in 2014 I had 11 brow products, and all of these are cruelty-free. Next we have setting sprays. This is also something I love to try out. We have another one of the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. This is a brand new bottle that I got recently. I don't know how many of these I have purchased over the years, but I just really like this as a hydrating mist, not so much as a setting mist, but I just really enjoy this one. If you have dry skin, this is great, I think. And then we have 3 that are more like setting sprays. This is the LH Cosmetics Long Lasting Setting Spray, the onset version. Really enjoy this one. It does dry out my skin a little bit, so I don't use it every single day. Same goes for these two, I would say, but this is maybe the more hydrating one out of these 3. This is the e.l.f. Microfine Setting Mist, and I really enjoy this one. I would say that this is almost my, yeah, I think I would say that this is my favorite out of these 3. So I think this is going to be a repurchase. And then we have the Ede Ready Set Fix Setting Spray. I just got this a few days ago, so I haven't used it too much, but I enjoy it. I think it's very similar to these other 2. I would say that this is probably more long-lasting, or the most long-lasting out of the 3. This is the more hydrating, and this is just something in between, I would say. I enjoy all of these. They're all cruelty-free. Last year I had 6 setting sprays. In 2014 I had 2, and now I have 4. Next, we're going to talk about single shadows. I found it a little bit difficult because I don't know how to define my single shadows, because I have, since I had to repurchase my entire eyeshadow collection, I have purchased, you know, Lethal singles and ColourPop singles, and I have just arrived, this arrived yesterday, from Sydney Grace. Yeah, I know, I wasn't supposed to buy any more eyeshadows, and then I ended up purchasing 10 eyeshadows, but they had 2 eyeshadows that I received as a gift with purchase, so now I have 12 eyeshadows from Sydney Grace. I think I'm just going to consider them as a palette and count them as a palette. I'm going to do a separate videos on these eyeshadows. I can't wait to try them out. I haven't swatched them yet or anything, but I'm very, very excited. But other than that, I think I'm going to count the Lethal Cosmetics single eyeshadows as a palette too, because I did purchase like a palette to put them in. So yeah, so that's why these are going to be, or are, my only single eyeshadows. So we have 2 from ColourPop. We have Earth Shine and Diego. And then we have 1 from Kiko Milano. This is called Water Eyeshadow Limited Edition in number 1 Champagne Eclipse. And then we have these super old cream eyeshadows from Cherry Culture that I just use for Halloween, but I still count them in. So I am keeping all of these for now because I need to get to know them a bit more. But this is very, very close to being decluttered because this really irritated my eyes. Even though it's a beautiful eyeshadow, I'm on the fence about this one. I don't know if I love this one either, to be honest. Earth Shine. It's a bit patchy. I don't know. But I'm going to keep them in my collection a little bit longer and we'll see. I don't love this one either. I was a little bit disappointed in the fact that this is supposed to be a dupe for this other champagne-y taupey shade that they have in a black packaging, but it really isn't. It is a beautiful eyeshadow. It just wasn't what I expected, I guess. But those are my singles. I used to have them separate into two categories, cream shadows and single shadows, but because I really have just two cream shadows, it's just a smaller amount. These days, I'm going to combine the two categories. That is incredible. So now I have 5 single cream eyeshadows. Last year I had 51, and in 2014 I had 41. That is crazy. And I don't think these are cruelty free. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to count them as being cruelty free. So only 3 of the 5 are cruelty free. All right, even though I'm really sad that I had to get rid of so many eyeshadow palettes earlier this year, it did give me a chance to really reflect and think about and consider what kind of eyeshadows I missed, which ones were my favorite, which eyeshadows did I really, really, really want in my eyeshadow collection. And I'm still not sure if I succeeded with everything, but at least I really tried to get just like the ones that I knew I really wanted to use and have in my collection. So these are the ones I have now. Again, I will do a separate video on my Sydney Grace palette. So we have that as my one palette, cruelty free. Then we have the Natasha Denona Mini Retro palette, which I have started to use some eyeshadows in, and so far I really enjoy it. You can take out some of the eyeshadows, which I'm really happy about. And so this is cruelty free as well. And then we have Huda Beauty Rose Quartz. I haven't still dug my fingers into this just yet, mainly because I'm scared that I'm gonna ruin it with any bacteria or anything. I'm just so scared of, infections and viruses and things like that at the moment because of what I went through this year. So I'm just gonna wait on this. I think I'm gonna wait until next year before I start using this actually. I'm starting some treatment with my eyes in January and February, and I've started some medicine that hopefully will work soon. So I'm just gonna wait on this one, but I used to have the dupe for this, and that was one of my favorite palettes from W7, and now having the original makes me so happy, and I cannot wait to try this out. I think it's gonna end up being my favorite palette. Then I purchased a bunch of Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadows. Not everything is in here because I have created my little custom palette for this period of time. But anyways, a lot of beautiful eyeshadows in here. Some lavender shades and then more warmer shades that I was kind of missing in my other palettes. Then I got the ColourPop Stone Cold Fox palette. Again, some eyeshadows missing here as well because I have them in here. But this was a beautiful, cool-toned eyeshadow palette that I've been looking at for years, and I think I'm really happy that I got this one as well. So I'm slowly trying out all my eyeshadows in a very controlled way, and the way that I do that is I pick out some shadows to put in here for just not a specific period of time, but just for as long as I feel like it really. But my goal is to use all my eyeshadows at least once before I move on to the next set of eyeshadows. And that way I will learn to get to know my entire eyeshadow collection and do some informed decisions on what I want to keep and which ones I really enjoy and which ones I don't enjoy so much. So that's the way I've been doing that. I think I will be using this one and then try out some of the Cindy Grace eyeshadows pretty soon because I cannot wait to try these out. But I do have 5 eyeshadow palettes. They're all cruelty free. Last year I had 21 eyeshadow palettes, had to get rid of all of those. And then in 2014 I had 19. These are all my lip products except from lip liners. I find it a little bit difficult to categorize these because I used to have so many lip products, and now I mean this is still a lot, don't get me wrong, but I used to have so much more, and it was much easier to categorize them because I had like liquid lipsticks and I had jumbo lip pencils in addition to lip glosses, lipsticks like bullet lipsticks and tinted lip balms, lip oils, lip stains. But now I have a lot of categories that are kind of mixed together, you know? So we're just gonna see how I'm gonna try to categorize them and see how I do. So this is all my lip products, again, except from my lip liners. And then I have, it's like 6 samples. 3 are from the Clarins Jolie Rouge, not just a lipstick. So we have 742 Jolie Rouge, 732S Grenadine, 705V Soft Berry. So we have Rouge, Shine, and Velvet. And it comes with a little brush. It's very cute. And then we have the Clarins Nouveau New Lip Oil Balm in number 1 Pale Pink, number 2 Pitaya, and then number 6 Fig. And this also comes with a little applicator. So I'm really happy to have these to try out. Even though they're not cruelty free, it's always fun to try out new beauty products, and I will count all of these samples as one because I think it'll take me longer than just one use each to use them up. So that's why I'm going to count these as 6 individual products. And then I have like transparent lip balms, I have tinted lip balms, lip oils and lip glosses, and then the rest are like regular lipsticks. We have the Sun Bum SPF 30 lip balm in banana. The scent is still really nice. Yeah, it still smells really nice, but it kind of comes up off in chunks. I really did enjoy it the first few months, and then the taste started to change, kind of like all other SPF products. And it's disappointing because I did really like it. It's cruelty free. It was very enjoyable in the beginning. Now I don't really love it anymore. It's also very drying to the lips, so I am going to declutter this one. It could just be that the SPF has expired as well, but I have this only other SPF product that I have in my collection from LH Cosmetics. I don't have that problem with. It's still great. Doesn't have any taste or scent or anything. Then we have the Babor lip balm, just a very simple but very expensive lip balm that is really not worth the price. I mean, it's fine, but it doesn't do anything extraordinary to the lips, so it's not going to be a repurchase, and I don't think I'm going to even recommend this. It's not that great, but I'm going to keep it. Then we have these 3 products that are lip balmy but tinted. So we have this one that I just mentioned from LH Cosmetics, the Fantastic in Pink Opal. And this is a lip product I am trying to pan right now. I will probably repurchase it. It's a great product, cruelty free, Very moisturizing. Love the, it's like My Lips But Better kind of shade, and I like the packaging. Everything is great about this lip product. Highly recommend. So this is categorized as a hydrating lip treatment, and I really enjoy this one. It smells really nice, and it's a really good one. I do prefer this one though. I think this is a little bit more moisturizing than that one. This is the very popular Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in Vanilla Beige. It's vegan, cruelty-free, so nice, really enjoy it. If I'm not mistaken, Ole Henriksen is also cruelty-free, so that is great. Then we have lip glosses and lip oils, I guess you could say. We have the Hot Lips from Soya Glossy Lip Balm in the shade Heat Wave. This is so much fun, and it's really nice and moisturizing. Looks really nice on the lips. Very much pleasantly surprised by this one. So I'm going to keep that one. Oh, and I forgot the Glossy Lip Treat from Isadora. This is in Vintage Rose. It is one of those elder products that I've had sitting in my freelance makeup artist kit, and I took it into my private kit, and I've been using it. I have used up an entire little tube of this previously. It contains a lot of product, so it takes forever to use it up. 13 milliliters, which averages maybe like 4.5. I'm going to keep it for now. The Faux Filler Lip Gloss, I believe it's called, in Sugar Baby from Huda Beauty. I got a tree of these. I gave away 2 of them, and I kept this one. This is so nice. Not my favorite. It's not like a must-have. It has sort of more of a milky consistency, which is not my favorite, but it's okay. I like it. I like this one more from Milk. This is the Odyssey Lip Oil Gloss in Work Trip, and this is a cream, it says. And I actually haven't used this that much, but it is really nice. I'm gonna have to focus more on this next year, but really, really nice product. The Fenty Beauty Fuzzy Gloss Balm is nice. I don't love the sparkly, glittery parts of it. It's not like, I don't really feel it on my lips, so that's not really the issue. I'm not a fan of glitter in my makeup. That's all. So it's not going to be a repurchase. I like it, but yeah, it's fine. I really enjoy these lip bath lip glosses from Charlotte Tilbury. I've used up one of these previously this year, and then I have the Walk of No Shame. This is a little bit of a darker lip gloss, but it's really nice. It is a little bit like minty, so you kind of have to enjoy that part of it, but I like the shade. It's really nice. Very nice for Christmas and stuff like that. This is from W7, the Perfect Hue Blueberry Scented Peach Color Changing Lip and Cheek Oil. And this is surprisingly nice as well. This kind of leave a really nice stain when the gloss have worn off, and it will show up as like a light pink very soon, I'm sure. But this is getting a little bit older. I feel like it has changed. The scent has changed a little bit, so I don't feel comfortable using this anymore, so I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Next we have the Sigma Renew Lip Oil enriched with jojoba oil, sunflower seed oil, and vitamin E in the color All Heart. This is very nice. I've been using this a lot lately, and I do really enjoy it. But this is also getting a little bit older, so I need to use this some more too. This is, I don't know what to call this. It's kind of a hybrid, maybe like a liquid lipstick, I would say. But it's kind of like moussey in texture. I really enjoy this one so much more than I thought, because it looks very nice on the lips. The shade name is, it's called Clarence Velvet Lip Perfector in shade number 2. Doesn't have a name. But I really enjoy this one, and I am going to keep it. I guess I didn't swatch everything here, but so those are like more moisturizing, lip glossy, oil, balmy treatments things that I have. And then we have the lipsticks. Should I just combine all of these into one category? Because I have separated them previously, but I think I want to just put all into one. Let's see, what did I do last year? Okay, so I have, you know what, I'll divide it into glosses and lip oils. I'll put this in with the lipsticks, and then I'll do lip balms, whether they're clear or tinted, in a separate category. So therefore it's not going to be completely accurate with comparing these products to previous years, because I have categorized them a little bit differently. But let's see, as for lip balms, I had 41 in 2014, and then I had only 2 last year, but that was because I didn't include these ones into that category. I included these ones into the lip glosses. So, okay, so for lip balms, all of these are cruelty free, but keep in mind that Abor is not certified cruelty free, but I do consider them to be cruelty free now. And then for lip glosses, I had 45 lip glosses in 2014. Then I had 11 last year, and now I have 7. And all 7 are cruelty free, which is great. Let's move on to lipsticks. I just talked about this one, so we're just going to put this right here. This is so weird because I don't love bullet lipsticks, and yet that is what I have the most of in my collection. I guess it's mostly because I go through lip glosses and lip balms more frequently, and these stay for such a long time because it takes forever to use up bullet lipstick. But we have this sort of lippy sticks from ColourPop in Oh Snap, and I've been working on this a lot this year. This is, I was a little bit disappointed with this because it wasn't as mauvey as I was hoping it would be. It's more of a cool toned nude, but I have been using it as a blush lately, and I really enjoy it for that. So hopefully I will use this up fairly soon. Then I have these lipsticks from Makeup Mecca. We have this one in Elegant. It's really pretty. I'm keeping this one. This one's more nude and sensual. This is probably my most nude lipstick. It is really pretty. They are pretty hydrating, although this is the one that I've been focusing on a lot. I have it in my project pan. I'm not going to show you my progress right now, but I have been thinking about this one a lot, that I don't enjoy it as much anymore. It doesn't do the best for my lips. It is a little bit drying if I use it every single day, and it looks a little bit, not patchy, well, kind of patchy, but it sort of enhances all my dry areas of the lips, which is not great. I haven't used all of these as much as I've used this one, so maybe the same goes for all of these, but since I don't know at this point, I'm just going to declutter this one. The color name is lovely. I don't feel bad about it because I have worked on it so much. I've used so much of it, so it's okay to let this one go. Then we have this one in Naked. Really nice, like brownie nude. And the last one is Newbie, and this is like a, I don't know, like a warm pink, maybe? This is brand new. I got this from my sister. This is the Kiko Milano Jelly Stylo in number 507. I love the packaging. It's so cute. I have been, for the longest time, I applied all my lip products with scraping it off with a spatula. I don't do that anymore because I feel so much better. But yeah, this is a beautiful summery color, like a warm peachy pink. Really nice. So hopefully I will use this a lot this summer. And then we have MAC Pigment of Your Imagination. This is also such a lovely summer shade. I'm gonna keep this one. Then I have 4 from Essence. These 3 are from the Long Lasting series or line. And we have Now or Never, which I did have, maybe I do still have it, I can't remember which one I used up, lip liner. So pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. But I very rarely use like dark red lipsticks anymore, but I do like to keep a few. This is more of a plummy red, number 4 Naive. And then the last one is more of a pink, natural pink shade. This is really pretty too. Then this one is interesting. It is, every time I try this, I think I'm gonna declutter this because it's so dark. But then I apply it on my lips and I really enjoy it. And it's really nice sheared out as well. This is called This Is Me, or the line is called This Is Me number 6 Real. This is my oldest lipstick from Milani called Matte Iconic number 68. It's so pretty, but it's so old. I need to declutter this one. It's time. And lastly, we have 2 little minis. We have Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. Beautiful, classic lipstick. And then I got this one as a little gift from YSL. The writing is so small. Rouge, I could not tell you the shade name. I don't know. Sorry. It is a really beautiful formula, like very moisturizing, beautiful, like nude pink shade. Which ones did I not? I didn't. Let me just swatch all of them since I'm already onto it. This is the Zoeva lip gloss. Pretty bright coral shade. I love it. We have the Summer Fridays Vanilla Beige. Just a very sheer beige shade. And then this has a sheer peach to it. The last one is clear, but the LH one, Pink Opal, is, like I said, like a My Lips But Better kind of shade. I think I'm gonna keep all of these. This is a little bit on the chopping block at the moment, but alright. So for lipsticks, I had 42 in 2014. I had 16 last year. Now I have 14. Which ones are not cruelty free? YSL, MAC, and Clarins. The rest is cruelty free. I have 5 lip liners left. I'm gonna keep all of them. I'll quickly go through them. We have the Pillow Lip Cheat and Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury, and then I have Beauty Act Contour and Fill Lip Liner in All Nude. Then I have number 7 Stay Perfect Lip Pencil in Nude. Then I have Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in number 2, True Red. And lastly, we have the one that I'm working on right now, the Kiko 503. Oh, I really like all my lip liners. In 2014, I had 12. Last year, I had 7. Now I have 5. And these are all cruelty-free, except now number 7 is no longer cruelty-free. I actually want to do something. I don't know if this is interesting to you guys, but I think I want to do it to kind of see what I need to work on and focus on for next year. I want to categorize all my lip products into how old they are, what year I got them. Hold on, just let me do that real quick. All right, this was actually really interesting. So I got these four products are my oldest products, and these are old. These are from 2018. So that's interesting. One lipstick, one lip gloss, and two lip liners. I will say though, the lipstick and the lip gloss are both from my freelance makeup artist kit. They were barely used in there. I only used them in a very sanitized way or hygienic way. And I only started using them probably last year. So not a lot of bacteria has come in here because of that. But then we have these ones. No one from 2019. None of them are from 2020, but all of these ones are from 2021. So we have all my Makeup Mecca lipsticks, the Essence ones, the MAC, and the number 7 lip liner. Also interesting. So I also need to, focus on these ones. And then we have these three products from 2022. The Beauty Act lip liner, Milani lip liner, and the Sigma lip oil. These are from 2023. Zoya, Clarins, ColourPop, Charlotte Tilbury, and Fenty. These ones I got last year. The Milk Lip Gloss, the Summer Fridays one, Linda Hallberg and Ole Henriksen. And then I got these four products plus the samples this year. So I find that very interesting actually. The question is, should I start focusing on, well, I am trying to use this one up right now, so that's good. And maybe I should just move on to this one next, I guess. I don't know if these are going to be my main focuses for next year because I barely touched them even though they're really old. It's okay. I think it's more important to focus on the 2021 products. And really also consider whether or not they should even be in my collection because of the age. I don't know. How old are your oldest lip product? I would love to know. But yeah, I think it's good. I mean, 3-4 products in a year, it's okay. But at the same time, I use up, on average, I use up probably 4 to 6 lip products a year. So I can't keep purchasing 4 to 5 lip products every year. That's not good for me. I need to use up more than comes in because ideally I would just have maybe 2 lip liners, maybe only tinted lip balms and no like lipstick, maybe just one lipstick. I prefer the lighter tinted lip balms, lip glosses, and oils instead of those lipsticks. So, I don't know. I don't know what I should do. I still think those are beautiful though, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it. But I do feel like I have a good selection of lip products in my collection. So counting these samples, I have 35 lip products in my collection. Still a lot of lip products though. So hopefully I can work some of these out soon. Alright, I am not completely done with decluttering just yet. I do still have some products left in that one Alex drawer of mine, but I would ideally love to completely empty that and try to keep all of my makeup collection in this, the clear little organizer that I have on my makeup vanity. So that's my goal for today, but we'll see. But while I have all my lip products out here, I want to try to organize them into this little drawer and see if I can fit them all in here. Realistically, I can't keep all of these into this one, but also realistically, I do tend to put a few lip products in my purse, maybe a few in the bathroom. So all in all, I think, you know what, let's just take out the ones that I always keep with my skincare. So I'll take that one out. And then I always have a little assortment of like a weekly or monthly makeup bag that I put things that I am focusing on at the moment. So I'll just take out the products that I'm focusing on right now. Okay, so these are the products that I want to use right now. So I'll take those out, see if I have some better room for what's left. Great. I think this is gonna go. So that's my lip product collection at the moment. I'll just fit these on the top. So I've never included my eyelashes, I don't think, at least not for many years, into my makeup declutters because, you know, they don't expire, so I just didn't see the point. But I don't think I've used eyelashes the last at least 5 years, maybe longer. And I know I can get rid of most of these because I have my favorites and there's no reason for me to keep all of these. So we're just gonna go through them. I haven't looked at these in years. All right, first off, this is almost empty. I'm just gonna throw this out. But I did like those individual lashes. So I do have these ones that I'm gonna keep. These are from Essence Lashes to Impress Bundled Single Lashes number 7 with glue included. So I'm going to keep that. I remember these were my favorites, 71S. These were the ones that I most often used from Inglot. So I'm going to keep these. And then these ones, we have the Soft Touch and the Naked Lashes from Ardell. These are both really nice, but I think just because I can see that I've used these, because I would use them maybe 4 or 5 times before I threw them out, I'm not going to keep the one that I used. So that was $4.20, but still really nice lashes. So I'm going to keep the Soft Touch one. And then we have these ones are from Makeup Mecca. Again, I'm going to throw out the flirty ones that I've already used just for hygienic reasons. And then we have these ones in Lush. I mean, these are nice, but we have 2 with more volume are the names. I don't know. I'll keep one of them, the ones that I know for sure aren't used because they're still sealed. And then I'll throw these ones out. And then we have these half lashes left. These are really natural and nice. Maybe I'll just keep both of these. Is that too much? Do I need all of these? Maybe I don't need all of these. Let's be real. Again, I haven't used these in years. If I would ever use false lashes, I would most likely use one of these, or it would be for like a Halloween thing, and it would be one of these. Let me think about these. I'm gonna look at the glues that I have. It looks like I only have this glue, the Duo Quick Set Strip Lash Adhesive in white clear. It says 12 months. I don't know. I don't even know if I've used it, but I'm not going to use eyelashes anytime soon. I don't want to put glue close to my eyes when they're so sensitive, and most likely I will not use eyelashes ever again. And if I do, I'll purchase a new lip lash glue. So I'll declutter this one. I also found the Inglot Duraline. It's great to have, but this is so old that I don't want to put it into anything anymore. I'll declutter this one too. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this one as well. I might give this away to someone because I haven't used them, but yeah, I don't need that one. So I'm left with 2 like full lashes, 2 half lashes, and then some single lashes. That's more than enough for someone who doesn't use false lashes. Then I have a bunch of beauty blender sponges. I rarely use these. When I do makeup on other people, I'll take a new one, fresh one of these, and I use them. They're all clean and fresh. I'll put them in a separate bag. And then I have some empty pans from like old containers. I think it's nice to have those if I need to depot, repress Franken, some eyeshadows, whatever it might be. It's good to have. And I have a tan remover soap. I have some oil blotting paper that I never use, don't need them, but I'm gonna put all of these things that I use if I'm gonna apply makeup on other people. I'll put it in my old makeup artist kit. Got some scissors. My disposable mascara wands always have a backup of these. And then I have lash curlers that I also never use. I believe I have a third one somewhere, but again, it's like, I'll just put them in that kit. And then I have some magnets for eyeshadows. I have an extra like cushion for the lash curlers, and I have some lash like tweezers, and these are like shavers for the brows. So I'll keep those. And that's it. I've emptied the drawers, and now I'm going to see if I can fit all of this that's remaining into that clear organizer. Alright, brow products and mascara that I'm going to keep in my everyday bag. I'm keeping these in my everyday bag. Here are the foundations and concealers that I'm going to put in my everyday makeup bag, and also the primers. I'm keeping this blush and this setting spray in my everyday bag. Actually, this is the bronzer I'm using at the moment, and I'm not super into highlight at the moment, so I'll keep my highlighters here, or maybe I'll do, because I do use this one a lot right now. So, oh, that's an empty drawer. I'll take out the powder and the bronzer that I'm using. I'll add my wands. Actually, I forgot about single eyeshadows, so I'm going to put those here. This I'll keep in my everyday bag, and the rest of the eyeshadows I'll put on top of the clear organizer. Alright, this is everything I got rid of. How many products is this? 23 products. And let's see how many I can actually give away. Yeah, only 3 products are still in good condition. But the rest I will either clean out the packaging of, and my daughter can play with it, or I'll throw it out. But we have some empties here as well, so okay, only 2 empties, but that's better than nothing, I guess. Actually, I have 3 empties, so the mascara primer as well. Alright, so if I don't include my lashes, because I never have, and I don't include my nail polish or perfumes, I have 88 makeup products in my collection, and 79 of them are cruelty-free. And so much empty packaging. That's ridiculous. We have the 5 eyeshadow palettes on top. My plan is to put all my Sydney Grace palettes in here. On top here we have
my lip products. Then we have mascaras, brow products, primers, foundation, concealers, and lashes on that side. Then we have bronzers, powder, highlighter on that side, eyeshadows, and those disposable mascara wands. And lastly, we have the setting sprays and my blushes. And this drawer is pretty much empty now. Really happy about this. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really happy about the fact that I was able to fit my entire makeup collection into this organizer, with the exception of my everyday products, which I do prefer to put in a separate everyday makeup bag. I'm really happy with the result, and I'm happy with the amount of products in my collection now. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye!